Once upon a time, there was a young man who had been abandoned by his father, and he grew up believing his dad had left because he felt worthless and unlovable. And as he got into high school, he was really acting out in that way. One day he got suspended, and when he got home, his mom was waiting for him, and she was very upset. And all he wanted his mother to do was calm down. She told him he was headed nowhere, he would end up in jail or dead. And she said, "I really want you to make something of yourself and go to college." He said, "All right, Mom, I will go to college if it will make you calm down and be happy." He goes, "In fact, in a few weeks, I'll sign up for the SAT test so that I can get into college." And he does exactly what he says, kind of forgets about it, goes back to his old ways. And then a few weeks later, he gets home, and there's Mom at the front door again. She's holding a piece of paper, and she's super pissed. And now she is leveling accusations at him and calling him a liar. And he goes, "Mom, if you're talking about the test, I didn't cheat. I wanted to. That damn thing was hard. Why do you think I cheated?" She handed him the piece of paper, which were his scores. And he had accomplished something that less than 1% of the population accomplishes. He had gotten a 1480 out of 1600. The people that get 1480s, they're like launching rockets into space and becoming brain surgeons. It was amazing, and it really made him take a look back at his life and how he was acting it out, because he had a totally different vision of himself. So he started going to class, reading books, hanging out with the proper people. He ended up getting into college, getting a job, starting a magazine publishing company, and he just knocked it 10 out of 10. One day he gets home from work, and now it's not his mom waiting for him, it's his wife, and she's giving him a schmoopy poopy kiss, and they sit down and have dinner. She goes, "Hey, by the way, you got a letter in the mail today from New Jersey, which is the headquarters of the SAT. What do you think they want after all these years?" So he cracked open the letter, and government's slow. It's not a political talk, but they are slow. And they had audited the exams after all these years, and they were just wanting him to let him know that he had actually only gotten a 960. So this guy ends up going out on the speaker circuit and giving this talk. And people at the end of the talk would approach him, and he was waiting for it, and they'd say, "Wow, your life really changed when you got that 1480. He goes, "No, my life changed when I started acting like somebody who got a 1480. So I always love to ask people, what is your 1480 in your life? And maybe you don't have one, but you do have one, and here it is. There was a tomb that had been filled with Jesus, and the tomb is empty, and the rock would move away. So what would your life look like if you started acting like that man thought highly enough of you to actually create you? And how would you behave if that were the case? All I can tell you is I do behave in that way, and I learn how to behave in that way a little bit more each day. And I have a life, and you can too, that you won't imagine, filled with love, happiness, and hope. And for tips on getting connected to your metaphorical 1480, give this channel a follow. My name is John. I run a beautiful company helping people accomplish dreams called the Dream Leader Institute. And I have no agenda at all besides I want to see more people win and my children grow up, well, they're actually kind of grown up now, but live in a world where people are talking about and living dreams and not being degenerate losers, hanging out at bars, wondering if someone spiked their drink. So give us a follow.